Hello, this is Monica Rahar, and today we'll be taking up the case of Ananga Kumar Ota versus Union of India and others for our discussion. The judgment of this case has come from the High Court of Orissa, and it is dated 16th of July 2020. It was delivered by a two-judge bench consisting of Honorable the Chief Justice Mr. Mohammad Rafiq and Honorable Justice Mr. S. Pujari. The issue of law which came for court's consideration was whether disclosure of information of COVID-19 patients and COVID-19 warriors by the government constituted a breach of their privacy, which is a fundamental right enshrined under Article 21 of the Indian Constitution. Now let's proceed with the brief facts of the matter. So the petitioner, he was an advocate with the High Court of Orissa. He filed a writ petition, public interest litigation, and in the same, he sought a strict action against persons who were revealing the identity of COVID-19 patients, either willfully or negligently, which led to the consequent stigmatization and harassment of these persons at the hands of the society at large. And second being direction to the government authorities for framing regulations and guidelines in this regard. Now let's understand what was the case of the petitioner. So the petitioner in his petition essentially cited three major instances of disclosure of information of COVID-19 patients, which led to their stigmatization and harassment. The first such instance being disclosure of information by Orissa government in one of the cases under Bhubaneswar Municipal Corporation. Second was the instance of ostracization by community of persons who were who were coming into Orissa from outside the other states, or who were coming from outside the states, the neighboring states or any other state which those persons they visited for the purpose of employment or for any other purpose. And the third being sharing of information of 13 persons on WhatsApp by a third party. Now let's understand what is the case of the respondent and what were the arguments advanced by the counsel for the respondent. So with respect to the first instance of disclosure, the respondent contended a bona fide purpose for doing so. So essentially, the case of the respondent was that the person or the patient who is concerned here, he was the fifth in the state, and therefore the government had to disclose the information in order to facilitate contact tracing. And therefore, the government did not have any malified intention or any ulterior motive to do so. Now, with respect to the second instance, the same was the newspaper reports were dismissed by the respondent, and the same was claimed or the same was termed as non-reliable. And now, with respect to the third, it was stated that legal action was prescribed against those persons who did share information of COVID patients on WhatsApp under the Epidemic Diseases Act, which is a legislation of 1987. Apart from this, the counsel for the respondent also placed before the court a list of other legal and administrative measures which were taken by the state. The first being guidelines which were dated 18th of March 2020. These guidelines directed district administration to restrict communication of unauthorized persons with media regarding persons undergoing treatment for COVID-19. So essentially, the government or the state in these guidelines, they identified a certain category of persons who were authorized to interact with the media if at all needed and provide the media with information on how many patients were undergoing the treatment and the status of those who have recovered. So the communication with media was restricted by those who were authorized in this regard in these guidelines, and unauthorized communication was barred or prohibited. And second, as we've already discussed, legal action was prescribed against those who shared information on any social media platforms. The third being Odisha government regulations 2020. So these regulations, they reiterated these guidelines which barred unauthorized communication with media, and along with that, the 2020 Odisha regulation, they allowed disclosure of information by the government in the following two exceptional circumstances. So first disclosure is with respect to disclosure of information of COVID-19 patients, and such disclosure was held valid or it was allowed only when it was needed with respect to ensuring public health and safety and not otherwise. The second disclosure is about disclosure of information related to COVID warriors. So such disclosure was allowed only if it was deemed necessary to honor the sacrifice of such warriors by extending state honor at their funerals, by providing financial support to their family or dependents, and including aid in rehabilitation. However, there was a check which was placed while before doing such disclosure, which was the same was to be done with prior consent of legal representatives. And here also, even if it was needed with respect to ensuring public health and safety, the approval of the government was needed prior to such disclosure. Now, the regulation number 4 of these regulation of 2020, they also made publication of unauthentic information or rumors regarding COVID-19 a punishable offense. Now, having seen the contentions advanced by the counsel for the petitioner and also the respondent, now let's proceed with the reasoning and the decision of the court. So, first and foremost, the court stated that patient confidentiality, it is a very essential component of medical and legal practice. And with respect to the same, the court observed that patient confidentiality, it is a part of an ethical code of Hippocratic Oath, and it is recognized in India under the Code of Professional Conduct, which was made under the Indian Medical Council Act 1956. Now, with respect to privacy as a fundamental right, the court noted that privacy is a facet of human rights which is recognized under different international and regional conventions of human rights, and the same is also available or enshrined under Article 21 of the Indian Constitution and is now a fundamental right. And also, with respect to the factual aspects of this case and privacy, the court noted that the legal and administrative actions which are pursued by the state, which we saw the regulation dated 18th of the guidelines dated 18th of March 2020, and also the Orissa regulation 2020. So these were the legal and administrative actions. So keeping in mind these legal and administrative actions pursued by the state, the court noted that while we acknowledge the potential of stigmatization and harassment which can be as a result of these disclosure of information, but at the same time, we refuse to pass blanket order prohibiting state from disclosure of the identity. So no blanket prohibition on state was imposed by the court. Also, the court stated that the state was duty bound to guard informational privacy, which is also a facet of privacy prescribed or enshrined under Article 21. And for the same, the state needs to have a mechanism in place which provides for which provides checks against unauthorized pilferage or leakage of personal details of persons. Also, the court satisfied itself to the fact that the triple test of scrutiny, which is laid by the Supreme Court in the case of Puttaswamy, are satisfied by the Orissa government or by the respondents in this regard. So what are these triple tests? These triple tests are essentially that whenever any encroachment on the right to privacy is made, then that has to be done within the legal boundaries. That is to say, there has to be a legislation in place. And the legislation must have come with a very bona fide intention on part of the state, and the aim and objective, such bona fide aim and objective which is sought by the state, the means which are adopted for seeking such object. So the means and the object, they should have a reasonable nexus between them. So there has to be a pious object, there has to be the means which should have the reasonable nexus between the two, and then there has to be legislation. So the court noted that the government to disclose information only in exceptional circumstances, which we noted the two exceptional circumstances, that is, whenever it is needed with respect to ensuring the public health, and secondly, when it is done with the intention of honoring the sacrifice of COVID-19 warriors. So only in exceptional circumstances, in accordance with the regulations which are in place, state also obliged to satisfy the scrutiny of triple test which is prescribed in Puttaswamy case before such disclosure. So the court also then reiterated these triple tests and observed that the government is to disclose such information only in exceptional circumstances. And whenever there is such disclosure which is sought to be done, then the government has to satisfy itself that the triple test scrutiny, which was laid by the Supreme Court in Puthuswamy case, they are met with or satisfied. Now, also the court noted that in order to have a check on spread of rumors or unauthorized information on social media platforms, need is of having a state vigilance mechanism. Also, now we saw that the regulation which were dated 18th of March 2020, they identified a class of persons who could only contact the media persons if at all needed for communication regarding the status of COVID-19 patients. So then there came a clash between freedom of press and right to privacy. So the court, with respect to the same, noted that also actually a reference was made by the court to the Supreme Court decision in Raja Gopal versus State of Tamil Nadu, in which it was held by the Supreme Court that right to be let alone is also an facet of right to privacy, and no publication of private information in media without consent of the person concerned can be made. So reference was made to this decision of the Supreme Court, and the court held that media does have freedom of press, which is given in the Constitution itself, but the freedom given to the media should be exercised very sensibly, because here the right to privacy is also a concern, and this freedom of press should not go beyond the sensible bars which are imposed on the freedom of press, and therefore the freedom of press should be exercised sensibly to avoid severe repercussions, or to say severe consequences for these patients whose information is so published. And finally, with respect to disclosure of information of COVID warriors, the court found no impediment or illegality in such disclosure by the government, because it was done with the purpose of honoring their sacrifice. So this was the case analysis that we had for today. At the end of it, we have a list of abbreviations which we've used in this case. You may refer to them for a clearer understanding of the same. That's all we have. If you have any questions, kindly feel free to write the same and we'll be happy to answer them. Thank you for being with us.